Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a continuation in my ranking my entire makeup series. I know I missed last week. Hopefully I get this video edited on time so it's not 2 weeks that I'm missing, but today I am coming to you with ranking my entire skin tint slash lighter coverage foundation collection. My most recent post in this series was ranking my foundations, so like fuller coverage foundations. If you're interested, I'll leave my ranking my makeup playlist down below. I have done ranking my makeup collection for the last 2 or 3 years now, so if you're interested in seeing how my preferences have changed from year to year, I'll leave the whole playlist link down below. But I have, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 skin tints slash lighter coverage foundations to rank for you guys today. If you're interested, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, ranking makeup videos, or just chit-chatting about makeup in general, I hope you'll consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Today my shirt is like the true definition of like sometimes things just look a lot better on the model and what you actually get just is nothing in comparison. But I figured I would at least, I can't return it, so I figured I would at least wear it in a YouTube video where hopefully it looks a little cuter, because this is definitely never making it out to public. Also not sure if my foundation slash face matches my pale neck. I haven't self-tanned. I'm way behind in everything in life, like I keep telling you guys. It's just been an interesting year, to say the least. Like all of my ranking videos, I'm gonna start with my least favorite and we will work our way all the way up to my most favorite. So let's just get started, because like I said, I have 16 skin tint slash lighter coverage foundations to rank for you guys. I really do need to do a declutter at the end of my ranking series because I have way too much makeup that I'm just not wearing. But starting with my least favorite skin tint slash lighter coverage foundation, it is this one from Herborian. This is their CC water. Now I will say I love the Herborian CC cream. Sorry, my dryer is stopping. So I love the Herborian CC cream original, and I thought I would love the CC water because I figured it would just be even thinner. This is a really interesting texture. It is really lightweight. It is really watery in texture, but it truly adds like no coverage to the skin, and it pills on my skin personally, so it almost just looks like I'm adding like a layer of like dry skin. Like it truly just looks like my skin is dry and flaking without adding any coverage. Truly, I feel like it makes my skin look worse with this as opposed to not this at all. So this is my least favorite in my collection. Next up, I have this one from Rare Beauty, and it's really nothing against the formula with this one. This is a Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. This just truly like adds nothing to my skin. It's a little bit too like yellow toned for me as well, and it just, I don't know, I thought that this one was gonna have a little bit more coverage than it did. I went into it maybe with higher expectations than I should have, and I just, because it offers so little coverage, and I get it's a tinted moisturizer, but because it offers so little, I again almost would rather not wear this than wear anything at all. I almost would rather not wear this than wear anything at all. I'd rather wear nothing is what I'm trying to say. So this would be number 15 in my collection. Coming in at number 14 is going to be this one from Milani. This is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 210 light to medium. This is just too glowy for me in my opinion. There's like that fine line between like a healthy glow and just like greasy, and this to me falls in the greasy category, at least for me and my skin tone. I can pair this with a more mattifying primer, but this also just does not have a good shade range. I want to say there's like maybe 4 shades within the range. Even when I have a self tan, I feel like this shade doesn't work for me. It's just not a favorite of mine, and I would rank this one number 14. Coming in at number 13, I have this one from Charlotte Tilbury. I really thought I was gonna love this one, and I just did not come to love this one, and I really tried hard because this is more expensive. This is the Light Wonder Your Light Dream Skin Foundation. This I just cannot get to look good on my skin. It either looks like too greasy, or it like makes my skin look dry and just like older. It's one of those foundations that I just do not like the way that it sits on my skin. I've tried so many different primers with this. I've tried a smoothing primer, a mattifying primer, a hydrating primer. I've tried like everything to make this work for me because I really thought I was gonna love this one, and I can't recall one time that I've worn this that I've been like, ooh yes, like this is a foundation. I really like how this looks on my skin and I want to choose this as a foundation going forward. I do anticipate this is something I will end up decluttering because I just do not get excited to reach for this one. This would be number 13 in my collection. Coming in at number 12, this used to be a favorite of mine, and for some reason, maybe it's just the way my skin has changed as it's aged a year or two, but it's the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I used to love the way that this looked on my skin, and now every time I wear this, no matter what primer I'm using with this, I just feel like it makes my skin look older and more aged, and it's like one of those that like almost like sinks into my pores, and I just hate the way that it looks on my skin. I've tried so many times because I used to love this. I'm like, wait, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing differently than I used to do with this foundation? And I just do not like the way that this looks. So this would be my number 12. Coming in at number 11, this also used to be a favorite of mine. So that's why I think it's so interesting to update this series year after year, because my preferences do change obviously over time. This is the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. I have mine in the shade Light Sand. I always like to preface that I just don't feel like I'm a good person to shade match to, because I'm always like 10 different shades of self-tan, and I literally just, I swear I buy my foundations in random colors and hope that it matches, and it never does. This is super light coverage. It is more of like a tinted moisturizer. It's not going to offer you a ton of coverage. I liked this a lot like 2 summers ago. Maybe I was like going for like lighter coverage, like even lighter coverage 2 summers ago, but I'm looking for just a little bit more coverage nowadays. I am pretty close to finishing this up. This is currently something I'm working on a project and hoping to finish this year so I can work it out of my collection, but I used to think this is something I would continually repurchase. Definitely won't be repurchasing this one when I finish it. Coming in at number 10, when I purchased this, I was really hoping I was gonna fall in love with this, but it is my Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation. This went viral last summer, and I just never fell in love with this. It is a really thin serum-like texture. I have mine in the shade 25H Light Medium Honey. Not a great shade match for me, a little bit too warm toned for my skin. I do really like the way that this mixes with the Fenty Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, but on its own, this just isn't a favorite of mine. I feel like this is something that kind of makes my skin look a little bit aged, like just like a little bit flaky in texture. I don't know why, especially because it is a thinner serum foundation, but it's just not something that sits nicely on my skin on its own, no matter what primer I use with it. This is another thing I'm working on in a project, hoping to finish this year, but would not repurchase this one. All right, 9 and above, I really do like all of the tinted moisturizers that I'm going to be talking you through from here on forward, but obviously I have to rank them somehow. So coming in at number 9, I have the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body. This again, really light coverage, isn't going to offer you a lot, but is going to even out the skin tone. It does have a bit of a sheer radiance, so it's going to offer a healthy glow. The reason this one's ranking number 9 and not higher is just because, again, I have been opting for something with a little bit more coverage than this, but on days that I do want something just really sheer, I do really enjoy this and will continue to reach for this. Coming in at number 8, this was another favorite of mine last year, and I still do really enjoy this, but it's a little glowier than I typically prefer these days. This is the Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 04 Light Medium. I feel like this was either like you love it or hate it, and if you don't like glowy, you are not going to like this. I would recommend skipping this. I do really like a beautiful glow, especially on days like I'm not working and maybe I'm just out running errands in the summertime, and I want that really healthy glow from my skin, even like a little bit more than just like that healthy glow, like a little glowier than that. I will reach for this. Sometimes this can lean a little too glowy, like start to look a little sweaty, but I still like it. And I don't know, this is something I said last year, I believe, that I would repurchase when I finish. Now, as I work my way through it a little bit more, I don't necessarily know I would repurchase. It's like a maybe. It's a maybe. I still really like it. I just don't know if it's something I would want to go through another tube of this after I finish it. Coming in at number 7, this is something that I did not like last summer. This was like something I thought, like I tried this probably a good 7 to 8 times, and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to declutter this. Like, I hate this. This is just not for me. But over time, I really came to like this foundation or skin tint. It's the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. Now, I will say, I do need to prep my face well before using this, and I do like mixing this with another like hydrating skin tint, but this can make my skin look a little bit aged, dry, and flaky if I don't prep my skin right. But if I prep my skin right, I really love the way that this looks. And for a skin tint, this has a really good wear time to it, which is another reason that I really love this. This is something that my first like 7 to 10 uses, I thought again that I was going to declutter it, and now this is something that I feel like I could see myself repurchasing when I finish this. So I do really like this one. I think if you have dry skin, I would be leery of this one. Like, just know it's going to take some extra work. If you have really dry skin, I don't think you'll like this at all. If you have oily skin, I think you'll love this, but I really do enjoy this one, and this would be my number 7. Coming in at number 6, this is newer to my collection this year. It is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Nude Glow. So I used to really like the It Cosmetics CC cream, but I always felt like the shades, whether it be in the original or the glow version, always pulled like a gray tone on me. And I love the It Cosmetics CC cream for both its coverage as well as its SPF. But after I finished, I think it was like my 2nd or 3rd tube of the CC cream, I was like, ugh, this just isn't for me anymore. I'm just gonna use regular SPF and I'll get by. But then when this released around Sephora VIB sale time, I was like, I gotta give this a try. It looks a little less grayish in tone, and I love the glow. Like, I love that it's marketed as like nude glow. I really do like this. Now this offers quite a bit of coverage for like a lighter coverage or like a CC cream. But I love that it has the SPF 40. It is glowier, so I feel like if you don't like a glow to your skin, this is not gonna be for you. This is definitely gonna be more for dry skin gals. I feel like if you have oily skin, I don't think you'll like this, but I really like the shade of this on me, especially when I do have a good self tan going. I have mine in the shade light medium. It's like a little bit more warm tone. It doesn't pull cool, it doesn't pull gray, and I just think it's really beautiful. This is something as of right now I would consider repurchasing, but I mean, we got a long way to go with this one. Coming in at number 5, when this came out and I started seeing reviews for it, I was like, oh no, I feel like I'm gonna end up not liking this, but I've really come to like this tinted sunscreen. It's the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 tinted sunscreen. Now this does not have a great wear time on it, but if I'm going to run errands on the weekend or something, like we're talking like maybe somewhere between like 4 to 6 hours of wear time, I will reach for this because it offers such a like your skin but better, like it evens your skin tone out, offers like a healthy glow, like maybe you just got like a facial type of a glow, and it's just really beautiful on the skin in my opinion. I have mine in the shade 25 Ocean Park, maybe. I was pleasantly surprised with this. Like I said, I was concerned that I was not going to enjoy this, but so far I've really been loving this. Coming in at number 4, I don't even necessarily know that I would consider this like a CC cream or like a tinted moisture. I don't know what I would consider this, but I have fallen in love with this, and I have worn this just about every day in July. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. So I love this all over my face, just to like, it almost just does even out the skin tone, but it's like still your face. Like, it does not look like you're wearing makeup at all. It's like no makeup literally. And I have been like rushing. I've been taking the extra few minutes of sleep in the morning rather than like doing a full face of makeup, so I'll be like rushing out the door for work. I'll toss this all over my face, do brows, mascara, and call it good. And I've just loved that look for the summer. Super lightweight. If I was going to like the beach or going for a walk, I would also toss this on. Like, I've been so impressed with this. 100% will repurchase this when I finish this one. I still have a ways to go, but I have been in love with this. Definitely my number 4 in my collection. Coming in at number 3, I need to purchase this in my actual shade. I had got this as like a foundation mixer, but I love the way that this looks. I love the finish of this. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Don't laugh at the shade. Again, I got this to mix with like darker or lighter foundations, but this has such a beautiful, healthy skin glow sort of finish to it. I feel like I need to go to Target right now and buy this in my shade. I do plan to pick this up in my shade. In fact, I do have to go get groceries tonight at Target. If they have my shade, I'm going to purchase this, because I do kind of want to declutter this just because this didn't work in the way that I wanted it to. Still, I think the finish is beautiful, and I would rank this number 3 in my skin tint light coverage collection. Coming in at number 2, I have this one from YSL. This is the Bare Look tinted whatever, and I love this. It offers like a decent amount of coverage for like a bare tinted product, and I think it's beautiful. It again offers that healthy glow sort of vibe, sort of like you just got a facial. Really easy to apply. Sometimes I just use my fingers with this one and I like the finish that way. Very like sleek and compact packaging, like easy to travel with. I don't know, I just really enjoy this one. Not a whole lot to say. I feel like every like descriptor that I use just ends up sounding the same, but I think this is beautiful. Definitely something I would consider repurchasing when I finish this, and my number 2 in my collection. And then coming in at number 1, I believe this was also my number 1 last year, but truly I have been so in love with this. This is the Nabla Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm. Now this I feel like offers like a good light to medium coverage, but it offers the most beautiful finish to the skin, kind of like the healthy your skin but better sort of finish. Clearly that's my sweet spot. I feel like I keep repeating myself. I just love the finish to the skin. I feel like this has a pretty good wear time on it, like a good 7 to 8 hours, not like a full 10 to 12, but I don't really expect that sort of wear time out of like a lighter coverage foundation. I also feel like this wears off really gracefully, like it never comes off patchy or anything. And I'm someone who likes to like rest my hands on my face, and sometimes we can get a little crazy looking, but I'm comfortable wearing this for like a full day of work. I think it's just so beautiful. I like to travel with this, and this is still my remaining number 1 light coverage skin tint product in my collection. After that, that is going to conclude this portion of my ranking my entire makeup collection series. I would love to know in the comments below, what are some of your favorite lighter coverage foundations or skin tints? What should I be trying next? Let a girl know in the comments. Thanks so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.